Let's see if you think this is Maryland's scariest real-life ghost story. This whole last 2 weeks, we've been searching the whole entire state to find out who's got the scariest story that happened to you in real life. Can't be I heard this story.
No, this is you in Maryland.
From now until the end of the week now. That's
Friday's
when the competition's over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's the last person standing will be crowned Maryland's scariest real-life ghost story for 2021, right? The one that's trying to be beat actually came in yesterday.
Listener Andrea was stationed in Japan. She was living there with her family. She and her husband were sleeping, and then they both wake up at the very same time and hear footsteps walking down the hall. Her husband goes to check and see if anything was wrong. She immediately checks on her daughter. Everybody was fine. And then all of a sudden, their bedroom light just switches on, and this is like an actual switch. So somebody had to flip on the switch for the light to turn on. And then the next morning, she finds out from her daughter that her daughter saw 2 children dancing in her room.
It's like, what?
Terrifying.
Yeah. So the question is there anybody in the state that can actually beat that? Marisa from Severn. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Are you ready to take this thing on for today?
I am, yes.
Now, what makes this even more challenging is that Marisa and anybody else that competes only gets 60 seconds to tell their story.
Yes.
Right?
And we can ask questions after the fact, but the initial 60 seconds has to be able to beat the story from the previous morning.
Are you ready, Marisa?
I am.
Okay. We're going to start your real-life ghost story in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So growing up in Kentucky, I actually lived in a haunted house with my family. My brother, who was a few years younger than me, and my mom, we all lived there together. We used to see a ghost frequently. We would hear noises, and we would just have weird things happen around the house. Mm-hmm. The weirdest thing that ever happened, though, was on my brother's birthday. We were having a small birthday party at our house, other family members there, aunts, uncles, cousins, and we were all surrounded around the table singing happy birthday to him with a cake.
Oh, God.
There was a spice rack that was actually hung to the wall, one of those that are like nailed on, filled with spices.
Yeah.
And it was a few feet away from the table. Nobody was standing near it.
Yeah.
And as we finished singing happy birthday to my brother, the spice rack just came flying off the wall at us, right at him. Spices everywhere.
Wait.
Everyone was terrified.
That's 60 seconds. Well told, by the way. Well told within your 60 seconds.
Oh, no.
All right, follow-up questions before we vote on this. So you said the spice rack came flying at him. Like, what kind of trajectory? Was it? Because at first I thought you were going to say fell off the wall, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah, like, it's okay if it, like, falls, like, straight down, but was this thing, like...
It literally flew. It did not fall straight down. It came straight at him.
At him. Like, they're like, how dare you? It's not your birthday. Who cares?
Exactly, and that's what it felt like.
Oh,
did things happen specifically just to him?
Just to him. The rest of us saw things, but it was definitely worse for him in the house.
Anything else happened to him that we should consider before we go into our vote?
So, kind of separate, but he actually had an incident once where he was in his room and he was screaming and nobody could hear him.
Oh, no.
It was crazy.
Okay.
Like, legitimately, that house was completely haunted.
What was his birthday for the spice thing? How old was he turning?
So he was turning 15.
Okay.
And his birthday is in October. He actually just had his birthday.
Tell me it's October 31st at midnight. No? Okay.
The 18th, but close, right?
Too much. Okay.
No.
All right, sit tight for 1 second. Any more questions, Jess? Are we good?
Is your brother, like, did he do something or no? Like, did
Like
he,
Like after...
like, did he do something
Play
with
with a Ouija
ghosts?
board or something?
Yeah, like, did he do something or no?
No, so he was terrified in general after we moved into that house because of everything leading up to that event. So he didn't mess around with that at all.
Yeah, I feel like the ghost must have confused him with somebody else, or maybe he looks similar to somebody.
Jess, is that scary? The lights flickering on? You think?
No.
We got to talk amongst ourselves for a second. I think it is.
You think
and
this
the reason
one?
the reason I think it's scarier.
Wait, I'm confused.
The reason I think it's scarier than yesterday with the woman who was flipping, or the kids saw these other kids playing and heard footsteps, is like this one was malicious.
Yeah.
Like when something was flying at you.
Yeah, like how
he was
dare you celebrate your birthday?
screaming in his bedroom and nobody heard him. It's for me, it's Marisa. Your vote?
Oh, no. I low-key think Japan still.
God, okay. Are you sure?
Well,
And your reason of why?
Here's my reason. The light switch genuinely freaks me out, and it's the fact that her daughter saw 2 dancing children. You know, because I feel like the 3 family members had an incident.
Yes.
You know, and so I feel like we have to vote again.
A flying spice rack.
No, I know.
Okay, listen. When we go into like a disagreement, we go into basically sudden death with you guys. So, which one to you was scarier? Is it the light switch with the kids and the baseball jersey and all that from yesterday?
Yeah. I don't know why. It's just that feeling, like, really, really scared me.
Or Marisa with a flying spice rack and a kid that cannot be heard screaming outside of his own room.
On her brother's birthday.
Text us right now. Which one's scarier to you? 410-583-1065. You got like 2 more minutes to hang on?
I do.
By the way, your story's way scarier. I don't know what Jess is talking about. She's crazy.
No, okay. No, that's not true. No, Marisa, like, your story is, like, terrifying, but yesterday, that just, it's like the two kids dancing in the room.
Too much?
You know what I'm saying?
Too much for you?
And also on some side, the reason why 2 on some side, and maybe an unfair advantage is because her daughter was in the car after the fact, and her daughter was like, I was the one who saw the ghost. You know what I'm saying?
I don't take that into account. I don't think that's irrelevant. I throw it out.
It's the kids dancing for me. It's the kids dancing for me is what scared the crap out of me.
But Jess and I are split. Jess thinks the Japan story scarier. I think the Spice Rack's scarier.
And before we go forward, because I'm seeing some stuff on the text line, so with this competition, you have to be from Maryland, but it's okay that if the story happened to you somewhere
outside,
else, but we just want to hear it from you, like you're
live in
calling
Maryland
from Maryland
now.
Yes, exactly.
That's what counts. Okay.
Yes.
Jess, you've calculated the votes.
Honestly, this vote has been so close, but Marisa is taking the win, and her story beats out.
Marisa! Yeah! Spice Rack, baby!
Is your brother okay?
He is now. It's still something that we talk about a lot. Like, he's really creeped out by it, and he's super sensitive now to supernatural beings.
Well,
so it's a thing.
If we ever had a Spice Rack fly at us, maybe we would understand people, okay?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, congrats. You are now going to be the top leader for Maryland's scariest real-life ghost story, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And then tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll come back. If anybody in the state can beat that scary real-life ghost story, maybe it's you that takes the title. Tomorrow on Mix.